Great, thank you.
Let me I have to tick that on two screens. We've got to tick that on two screens. Sorry.
No worries.
Yeah. Okay. So I think from what I understand from what was explained to me, Gitu's done this with you once before, but it popped up with the Windows firewall warning rather than just installing fine. So I guess I'll just demo again, installing completely from scratch and showing that it now does create the firewall rules and then working hopefully the way you want.
Great, thank you.
So let me share my screen. So you should see everything up here.
Yep.
Yep. So ignore the dev 0.5. That's just us saying it's revision 5 of testing inside. So Software Center, as per usual, just hit the install button, wait for it to download real quick and wait for it to install. And we'll sit here and we hope it does it pretty quickly because this is a relatively new computer.
Right. And you're working on a desktop or a laptop?
This is a desktop right now, but I have tested on a laptop. This is just the one I have available to me right now.
Right, no worries.
So what it's doing in the background, just for reference, is it'll install the Second Life viewer just by default, and then it also creates bidirectional communications on the firewall for the computer. So this icon will vanish in a second once it's finished itself out, but basically it's installed. And if we take a look at Second Life, we pop it open, it'll do its first time, detecting hardware. There's not much we can do about that. It has to do it on its first time.
Yes.
And then once it pops up, again, wait for it to run the program.
Yeah, it can take a little time sometimes.
It can. While it does that, this is the Windows firewall rules in here.
Yep.
So if oh, never mind, I'll show it to you first anyway. So I've got my account from when I was helping out with the previous issue to do with Second Life.
Yep.
And so it will log in. And then it goes through and it's happy with the world. And I think it should pop me in Monash Island if I'm understanding correctly.
Looks like that's where you left from.
Yeah, and wait for things to load, and there we go. So ignore the lagginess. This computer is having a moment trying to load everything.
Yeah.
Let everything load. But yeah, so that'll do that. And if I come back and reload the firewall rules, turn the firewall, event settings, down rules, wait for it to populate everything. Second Life viewer is in there. Is one for the two different communication methods that it uses based on their documentation. So it does that during the install, and then as you saw, it didn't pop up with the little message asking for us to approve access or anything like that. So it does it all as part of the install now. So the user doesn't need admin rights to approve.
Oh, that's great.
All of that. Yeah. So it'll just install and open up.
So Dane, could you do me a favor, please? Could you do Control P on your keyboard there? And having a look at the preferences under sound and media, please.
Yep.
And then down to view voice input output devices.
Yep.
So that looks like that's all working normally. That's great. So then it's just a matter of each individual choosing their own input output devices for microphone and speakers if they need to.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, and then the speak, could I again, just trouble you to click on the speak button down there just to probably won't.
Yeah, I don't know if this computer has a microphone in it or not. So.
No, okay, but it didn't come up with any warning saying, SSL voice not enabled or things are on fire or yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. And so Dane, if I can just be clear for people that are maybe, I'll edit the video, but so they go to that initial install page, is that right?
Yeah, so I'll kind of walk through. So
thank you.
You open up the Monash Software Center, which is available on Monash laptops, computers, what have you. Wait for it to all load.
Yep.
And then in the little search bar at the top here, basically type in Second Life. At the minute, it is, as I said, it's called Dev Second Life, but that'll get changed to just being Second Life.
Yep.
Hit enter, wait for it to load. You'll get this Second Life here. And because we've already got it installed, it says uninstall, but there would be an install button. You press install, just wait for it to finish doing its thing. And then
Right.
once it's done, it's done.
Great. So we captured that install process a bit earlier on. So I'll kind of re-edit so that they happen in sequence. But
Yeah, sounds good.
that's great. So I guess for most of our academic colleagues, it should be pretty straightforward.
He's hoping. So if everything looks all good with you in that particular case, what we basically do now is we ask our device solutions team to make it available in the production environment, which is to say everyone can go to Software Center and enable it.
Yep.
I presume, is there any particular time you need this available for? I presume semester 2 start probably.
Actually, much earlier, Dane, to be honest.
Okay.
The conference starts on, if I just look at my calendar quickly. So the conference this is for starts on the 5th of July.
5th of July.
Yeah. It's a big conference. It's actually being physically held at Monash. There are 600 attendees, but quite a certain number of them can't get visas to come to Australia, et cetera, et cetera. So they'll be online on Zoom, and we're offering them this kind of 3D platform where they can at least carry out some kind of more relaxed interaction. Because obviously on Zoom it's a bit limited, right?
Yeah, of course.
The speaker
just
closes
a little.
the meeting and that's it. It's gone. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if I'm not being pushy, but if it were possible, say, by I don't know, Friday the 1st, even if that was available, because some colleagues may need the weekend to kind of work it all out.
Yeah, of course. What I'll do, I'll basically right now, just because they're obviously getting a lot of stuff coming through from when we're getting things ready for semester 2. We just basically need to give them, if it's something that's a little bit more urgent, we basically just need to tell them, hey, it's not semester 2, we need this done faster. So if it needs to be done faster, which we'll say, I'll probably just say the Friday the 1st, just to get them to pay attention. And then they should get it all up and running. And basically I'll use the same ticket that you've got. So you'll get an email that says, hey, it's been made available and what have you. Yeah.
Thank you. And also you can, to incentivize them more, promise them 4 dozen virtual bottles of beer.
Sounds good. I can let them know. Sure, HR will be fine with virtual beer.
Yeah. That's great, Dane. Thank you so much for that.
Not a problem at all. I'll drop out of here now and I'll get that all the ball rolling otherwise, and then we should all be good.
Terrific. Thank you.
No worries.
See you. Have a great day. Bye.
You too. Bye.